Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name is John and this is your Modern Tech Breakdown. Today I'm looking at a document released by the FBI and other agencies in conjunction with governments of 9 other countries that gives an overview of the hacking methods employed by the Chinese threat group known as Salt Typhoon. Let's jump into it. All right, so it's been public knowledge for some time now that the Chinese government has successfully hacked 9 US telecommunications and internet providers, and now the FBI has confirmed that over 200 other companies have also fallen victim to this Chinese hacking group. So the damage is even worse than what has been previously reported. And more troubling, it seems that senior political leadership in the US was targeted, specifically phone call and legal spying records. And a few days ago, the FBI and other agencies, including agencies from other countries, released this 37-page document that goes into some detail about how this Chinese group operates, and I found some of the details interesting. But before we get into that, let me just say that this document is 37 pages and has a ton of detail. I'm not going to cover even a fraction of it. If you are a security professional in virtually any role, I think this is a must-read for you. But here are the few things that caught my eye. First, this line, quote, "Exploitation of zero-day vulnerabilities has not been observed to date," unquote. That's surprising to me. You would think that a large hacking operation with the size and depth of resources like the Chinese Communist Party, that perhaps they had a library of zero-day vulnerabilities they were exploiting that enabled such deep and persistent intrusion. But no, it seems like the entry points in many of these, or perhaps all of these cases, was related to a known vulnerability with public CVEs that presumably had known mitigations available but simply were not installed or configured by the victim. That's surprising to me, and it underscores just how diligent and timely every organization needs to be with their patching program. Secondly, this document seems to focus on network equipment and software from 3 companies, Ivanti, Cisco, and Palo Alto networks, which kind of makes sense now that I think about it. I would guess that most companies are fully aware of the Microsoft patch process and make efforts to ensure that their endpoints running Windows are updated in a timely fashion. There's so much tech news coverage on Windows, and we've all gotten accustomed to the Patch Tuesday process. However, the same can't be said about network routers and switches. My sense is that a lot of IT shops install network hardware and more or less forget about it from a patching standpoint. And after reading this document, it's clear to me that that attitude must change. All IT shops must look at all devices in all categories from a security standpoint. And lastly, I found this one particular recommendation amusing. I don't think most people use Cisco Smart Install, which is an automated plug-and-play style feature for Cisco hardware. But I found it amusing that the recommendation here was just to turn it off entirely. Don't patch it. Don't be sure to update to the latest version. Just turn it off. Pretty blunt and to the point. But there are pages and pages of recommendations and detailed discussion of the intrusion methods used by this group, including how these hackers cover their tracks and make changes to make sure they can maintain access to the hacked environments. So like I said, it's a must-read for any security professional. But that's a list of things that I found interesting on this one. As always, thanks for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and I will catch you next time.